two meetings about handwriting. This sheet in front of you, you see that okay? Yeah, this sheet in front of you with all the letters, it's got capital letters there, and then it's got what we call lowercase letters underneath. And then underneath that, it's got a very, very important sentence that all the children in the school know, and it says, "The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog." And the reason we write that sentence is because if you look carefully at that sentence, you will see that it includes all the letters in the English alphabet. So sometimes children will come to me and they'll say, I don't know if they tell you, but they say to me, "Mr. Hassel, my teacher says my handwriting is level 4. And that's very important in our school, because if their handwriting is level 4, they come to me, I check it, I make them write that sentence, and then I give them their own special fountain pen that they can take home and they can use at home and they can keep forever. Okay? So, what we want to do this afternoon, I'm going to teach you about these letters, the lowercase letters. And I just want to say that these are the letters that the children use and the children learn from year 1 to year 6. If you have got children in the foundation stage, we teach the children the letters in foundation 2. So if you've got children in foundation 2, and we haven't got time today, I would show you the letters that we teach the children in foundation 2. The only difference between those letters in foundation 2 and these letters that we teach children in key stage 1 and key stage 2, and if you look at the letters, you'll see that all the letters have got a little flick at the beginning, and they've got another little flick at the end. Now, I bet you're all very, very clever, and you know why they've got little flicks on them. And the reason for having little flicks on them is so that children can join them to the next letter. And that means that they'll be able to join up all their letters. So, first of all, we'll start, okay, if you've got whiteboards in front of you, I would try and draw a little line on the board if it helps. You don't need to. Okay, we'll start with the letter A. So, if I'm writing a letter A, I start here with a little flick. I go round to what I call 2 o'clock, then I come back, and I go round again, and then I do a little flick at the end of it. Okay? Don't worry if you don't get it right, just, you know. Okay, I'll do it again. We start with a little flick, we go round to what I call 2 o'clock, then we come back, up, down, and another little flick at the end of it. Okay? Okay? Just have a little go at that. Because these are the letters that your children will come home and practice. Okay? So let's do it again. Start with a little flick. Round to 2 o'clock. Back. Up. Down. And another little flick to finish off. Okay? And that's the letter A. And then if they do their A's like that, it's very easy to join it on at the beginning or the end to another letter. Okay? Very good. 10 out of 10. Excellent. You'll get one of my special stickers. I'll be bringing my head teacher stickers round in a minute to give them to those people who are doing beautiful letters. A lot of people say things like, oh, because of computers and word processing, handwriting isn't important anymore. But I think it is, okay? I think it's part of you, your personality, and all the rest of it. And I think it is important, and it's important in this school. And if you've got children in this school who are in year 3, 4, 5, or 6, you can see how beautiful their handwriting is. It really is. Okay, that's the letter A. Let's move on to the letter B, which again starts with a flick. Okay, it goes all the way up, all the way down, round, and it finishes with another flick. Okay? When I'm learning the letters, I say it to myself. I say, right, start with a flick, up I go, down I come, round I go, and I end with another flick. I always start with a flick and I end with a flick so I can join it. And if I wanted to, I could now say, well, I know two letters, I can join them up, and I will. So let's do an A, and we can join it because we know how to do a flick. We can join it straight to the B. And then we can put a flick on the end of it. And those letters now, they join. We've actually started to join our letters. And I think that's really nice. And I will say this to you, that we had somebody come, a school inspector came to our school not long ago, and he said to me, Mr. Hassel, he said, I've never seen a school where so many children have beautiful handwriting. Because in a lot of schools they don't teach it anymore. They just let children learn to make the letters however they want. And I think it's important because if they're handwriting school, it means that when they come to do an exam or a test where they have to do writing, they can write a lot easier, a lot more fluently. Okay, we've done the A, we've done the B. Let's have a look at the C. And just like the other letters, it starts with a flick, comes round to 2 o'clock, then it comes back, and it goes like that. There's no flick on the end of this, and I bet you can guess why. Let's do it again first. We go flick, round to 2 o'clock, back, like that. The reason there's no flick on the end of it is because if we wanted to join it up, we can just carry it on. If I want that to join it to an A, I just go like that. Okay? But that's C. So we've done A, B and C. Okay? Very good. Very good. Oh yes. MashaAllah. Wonderful, Ray. Wonderful. Right, okay. Everybody happy with that one? Okay. Just keep practicing it. And this is what children do. They may not be perfect to begin with, but that doesn't matter. The most important thing when you are learning your letters is where you start and which direction you go in. So you'll see teachers in our school going like this in the air to children when you're doing the letter C. And they'll all practice it like that. It's called getting the muscular pattern right. So that once you've formed your letters properly, then that's, you'll never forget how to do it. But the problem is, once you've formed them badly, it's so difficult to change that. So if you've got children in foundation stage, go and talk to Miss Holcroft, go and talk to Miss Nazir, go and talk to Miss Illidge and say, I want to teach my children the letters. Will you teach me? Miss Nazir last Saturday, she had a special group of parents in who wanted to learn about the letter sounds, which was wonderful. Some parents actually came to school on Saturday morning because they wanted to teach their children what we call phonics. They wanted to teach the children the letter sounds, and they weren't sure what sounds some of them make. So I think we might need some more places. Come down here, some here ladies for you. Okay, we've done A, B, C. And now we're going to do D. And just like the others, we start with a flick. We go round. We come back. We go up. We come down. And we finish with a flick. Okay? I say it to myself when I do these letters. I think flick, round, just like the A to 2 o'clock, back, up, down, and flick off. Okay? So you start with a little flick. That's it, round to 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock on the clock is about there. It's not 12 o'clock, it's 2 o'clock, and then back. Okay, I'll do one more for you, one more D. Couldn't get us another table out, could you, Mr. McMahon? I think there's a few more people coming. D, up, down, flick off, like that. Okay? Very good. Have you not looked? Very good. Oh, yes. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, yes. Of course, one of the problems with children, and I wouldn't worry about it, when they first start, they'll probably make the letters too big. Doesn't matter. It's getting this, what I call this muscular pattern. You know, where does the letter start, which direction it goes? Okay, E. Watch very carefully. E. And if you look there, you can see that that first stroke goes a little bit before the actual letter. And the reason we do that is so that we can join it up. Now that's the E. So we've done A, B, C, D and E. And as you all know, there are 26 letters in the English alphabet. And now we come to one that some of you might find a bit tricky. And the next one is the letter F. And I'm going to ask you to do, first of all, what I do. Okay? You don't need to do any writing. Get your fingers ready. Get your fingers ready. Fingers ready. Lovely. Okay. This is the letter F. It goes like that, and like that. Okay, so it goes up, round, down, up again. I'll do one for you. Okay, watch carefully. And people say to me, "Oh, Mr. Hassel, that is so hard." And I say, it might be hard to start with, but once you've got the idea, of doing it like that, so we start here, go round, up, down, and round again. The reason we do it like that, because it's so easy to join. If we did an F like this, you can't write smoothly like that. If you do it like this, you can join it up straight away to other letters. Okay, that's F. Have another go. Just keep having a little practice. Round. It doesn't matter if it's not exact. Just keep practicing that. Where you go up, down, round, and click like that. Okay? And you'll see again that all these letters, the way we form them, it's to help you be able to join them all up. So for instance, when we get to our next letter, which is a G, goes round to 2 o'clock, back, up, down, and then we put a little tail on it. We put a little tail on it like that, so that we can join it up to the next letter. We always put a little tail on all these letters that go below the line. The posh name for those letters is descenders, because they descend below the line. You don't need to know that, but what you do need to know is that we always put a little flick on them. Okay, have as many goes as you need. You know, what I sometimes do when children are practicing the letters, I go like this. I say, right, do me a line of G's. Okay, and so they start here, they go round, they've done one, then they do another one for me. And then they do another one for me. Like that, to really get the idea of these letters. Okay? That's G. So now we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters. Okay, let's have a quick look at H. Again, we start with a flick. Round, up, down, round, and another flick to finish. That's H. Flick, up, down, round, and another flick to finish. Okay? So we start with a flick, and we go up, down, round, and another flick to finish. Okay? Beautiful. Oh, look at that, you joined up letters. How good is that? Very nice. But as I say, you don't need to do it on lines. In fact, when children are first learning these letters, it's better not to put lines there because it's just an extra thing they've got to think about. It's much better that they get the shape of the letter and the pattern of the letter. Okay, before they put it on lines. It's only really in year 2 when we start to worry about the lines. But okay, we now go on to GHI again. It's a flick both sides. So it goes up, down, and then another flick to finish. Okay. Up, down, and another. What am I doing? Another flick to finish. Okay. Ah, very easy that one. Looks a bit like an anchor on a ship. Okay. H-I and then J. Again, just like the G, it goes up, down, and then it has a flick on it to finish. Okay, H-I-J, down, and a flick on it to finish. So again, with the J, if we were writing a word, say a word like jam, we would start here, we'd go up, down, round with the A, 2 o'clock, back, flick it on to jam. And we flick that as well. Okay? H-I-J. Now we've got another, quite a difficult one, because when children first come to school, they learn the letter K, and when they first learn it, in foundation stage, they do something called a stick K. And it's got 3 little sticks on it, like that. Right? That's K. But we don't do that now. We do this one, where we flick it, and then we do something that looks like that. Okay, so you go flick, up, down, like a little loop. Just imagine you're tying your shoelaces, and that's called a kicking K. It's what we call the kicking K in our school. Okay, that's the letter K. So it's a little flick, up to the top, down, a little loop, and then another flick to finish. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. What beautiful handwriting. Okay, that's K. Okay, then we have a very easy one. L, again with a flick, up, down, and off. Okay? Up, down, and off. Up, down, and off. When your children come home, because all the teachers teach them this in the classes, they'll be able to show you how to do it. But you've got these sheets, and they show you as well. Okay, that's done at H-I-J. Okay, L. We'll look at the next one. And the next one is M. And just like all those other letters, just like in jam, start with a flick, we go up, down, up, round, and flick off at the end. Okay? So it starts with a flick, go up. And talk to yourself as you do it, because it helps. Down, up, down, and then off.